My personal mission is to help people help themselves. It's simple. That mission, to help people help themselves, is personal to me. That is the reason why I exist on this earth.
Yes,
Therefore, as a hustler, a bona fide entrepreneur, I build an organization to help me accomplish that mission. So anybody that hears me speak about Hustle University, you hear me say, Hustle U is a self-help organization. Because all it does is help me carry out my singular mission for which I've been put on this earth to do. I have chosen and elected the how is through entrepreneurship and through education. Because I believe it's either ownership or a slaveship. You understand? Ownership and slaveship, that's to my core.
Right.
On all levels, not just owning business, but owning our own behavior, owning our communities, owning our ownership or slaveship is very simple. I have clarity about that, you see? And so ultimately, I like to share that perspective because it informs all the things that I do on a daily basis.
Sticks, the fancy popsicles I was talking about, popsicle sticks, and I have different Mickey heads for everything. So the black is for numbers of the groups or the expert groups. The red is for individual students, and I also have a pink for ELD for that class. Nobody's off the hook. Everybody has to be engaged. You can get called on any given moment, right? And then slant is just how I expect students to sit. They should be sitting up straight. They should be looking, actively nodding, taking notes, all of that, even in 3rd grade. And then wait till this kindergarten class see me next year. They're gonna have to do the same exact thing.
Raise your hand as high as you can if you are excited about being an educator. Raise your hand. Now this is how I operate. Don't you fall down back there. Would you stand on a chair? Somebody help her. Now instead of a regular round of applause, we're gonna do something a little different. Former elementary school principal. This works at high school and middle school too. We got 3 different types of celebrations as opposed to just a round of applause. We got the shine. Get a shine. Give me some shine. Get some shine. Get some shine. Everybody stand up. And we got the superstar. It goes like this. Superstar. Superstar. Have a seat? Superstar. Yeah. And the next one, we go truck drive. And it goes like this. Hump, hump. Good job, good buddy. Y'all ready? Try it out. Ready? Go. Hump, hump. Good job, good buddy.
Nor can I continue to filter what she has to say. I knew there was only so long I could hide her behind this shell exterior before the world would finally hear from her. So many words, so much pain I'd been harboring inside, it was like swallowing marbles, assuming I would eventually be okay if I just let it ride. At 14, I was molested. But I felt like I shared the blame. He made me feel like a big girl, but it was all part of his sick game. I always heard horrific rape stories that made mine sound so minute. I thought if I was looking for some sympathy, I would be told I was being dramatic. And to look at how bad all these other kids had it. So I put a few pages in my poetry book and I moved on. In my mind, this was me facing my problems head on. But really, it was like letting a lion taste blood. I was looking for something, I just didn't know what it was. I now know this caused me to be promiscuous, thinking I could somehow benefit from giving it up. I didn't have those core values properly instilled in me. I didn't grasp the true values and significance of the treasures God had given me.
Culture is not a coat that you can put on and take off based on where you are. Ashe? And so we must be who we are wherever we are to advocate on behalf of our children. Ashe? Let me give a very special thank you to Dr. Melissa Chester, who is leading this charge and leading this revolution. Is this conference revolutionary or what? Yeah, give her a round of applause. I really appreciate her commitment, her organizational and managerial efficiency to make this happen. It's no small task, and we appreciate you all for being here. It's customary when African people come together that we begin by giving honor to the Most High, who is known by many names and worshiped in many ways. Certainly the one source and the one force through which we all live, move, and have our being. Ashe?
I don't care who you are, and I don't care where you're from. I don't care about your mama name, your auntie name, your granddaddy name. Everybody wants to hear "atta boy" or "atta girl" sometime. Everybody. at whatever level. And that's what we did. We decided that we would recognize positive behaviors 3 times as much as we wrote up discipline issues. Because to us, there is no such thing as a discipline issue. Discipline is just a manifestation of a problem that needs attention. Discipline is, thank you. If you say that's good, I'm gonna preach. So be real. I'm telling you, be real careful. If you say that's good, you're gonna stir up something in me.
Good. I see you taping me. I want to be on all your social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. And on this side, I coated it with cellulose. And when I set it on fire, it created a chemical reaction. And you can always tell chemical reactions always give off heat. And as the paper started to burn, it burned down into particles so small that your eyes can't see the ashes falling to the floor. I know.
I want to spend just a few minutes talking about some of the benefits of identifying your purpose. Like I said to my friend here, this is not a feel-good session, so I'm not just trying to make you feel good. I mean, I do want you to feel good by the time you leave, but that's not the goal. The goal is for you to tap into this because, and we're going to talk about it, understanding and identifying your purpose has great value to your life and also to your role in education.
So there are 4 steps. You're gonna divide, multiply, subtract, bring it down. These are the 4 steps, and then you take it back around. Oh!
I was that teacher when administrators would walk down the hallway, they didn't have to worry about going by Mr. Woodley's room. They know everything is on lock in there. But see, here's what happened. In that environment, what I did not realize at the time was that in my attempt to shut that all down, I also shut down connection. I also shut down learning, and I generated fear.
That's real.
See, I got a rude awakening one day when I got a phone call from a parent. Said, Mr. Woodley, my daughter's scared in your classroom. Shook me to my core. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's not my personality. That is not who I am as a person. That is not who I wanted to be as an educator, but it was who I thought I was supposed to be for what? Those kids.
We really try to focus on the affective component. We're really big about the motivation of the teacher. You get professional development all the time. You're professionals. You know your craft. What is missing is that affective component, that cognitive component, that component that motivates you and gets you to want to keep doing what you're doing. And so that's our biggest focus in there. We accept all educators. So educators are education majors, teachers, admins, superintendents, corporations, and professional entities that are associated with the field of education. We didn't just want to be principals. We didn't just want to be teachers. You want to be all educators. But for you to be involved with Black Educators, we want you to be actively involved in that process, right? Whatever you're doing, you're actively involved. Our vision is to offer a platform to share a plethora of best practices, resources, academic success, and professional accomplishments. Grassroots efforts support local educators through chapter initiatives. So we always have in our plans to have the local chapters.
I want you to put yourself in the position of principal today. And I don't mean that so that I can be comfortable in a presentation. What I mean is that you have to make the transition, good morning, you have to make the transition from where you stand right now to where you want to be as seamless as possible. So whatever it is that I've done in life, whatever it is I'm going to do in life, I already put myself in that place before I take the first step, and I mean that sincerely. I put myself in that place. So the day I knew that leadership was something I wanted to do when I was a classroom teacher, I put myself in the principal's chair immediately. So here's the thing, aspiring folks and assistants. Every move, and new principals in the room, by the way. Every move the principal made, I watched, I observed. I said nothing, but I watched your every move, and I asked myself the question, would I have moved that way?
So you have accountability and advocacy, because we believe that once our children begin to speak for themselves and advocate for themselves, it will change the system that they're in. Cultural proficiency, we need them to know who they are, where they came from, who are the people that, are a part of who they are and what they do and why the drive is in them. Educational excellence, which I tell them, I was like, it's like a Rubik's Cube. When you buy it in Target, it's perfect, and then it gets all mixed up, so every turn is a day in their life, and then all of a sudden they get to high school and we say, hey, you gotta be perfect. No, we just need you can do this, because it's inherently in us. We're perfect people. And then leadership and service, which we will get to at the end of this, so you can see how all of this tied together and why we call this culture and leadership.
And having spent 20 years in the education system, right, teaching leadership and all this, there's an art to navigating the educational system. For our kids, I mean, we just saw the statistic, there's definitely an art and a science to navigating the educational system. So what we wanted to make sure is the kids that we have, we're going to teach them how to navigate the system for themselves, and then we're going to give them the skills to effectively advocate for themselves and others. And so we saw the video, and we'll see some other examples of tools that we've given them to effectively advocate.
And I had the decency to understand why I wasn't burning out, because I didn't go to school for education, so I wasn't fully sold on, like, I'm not missing no days. They had these badges, like I talked about earlier, that didn't matter. Oh, I got 46 saved sick days and all of this stuff. I was taking my days and I was taking care of myself. So when I showed up, I was doing the work at my best, and being able to recharge.
God gave you a vision, but you're so worried about other people taking credit for your vision. It's your vision. God gave it to you. So if he gave it to you, he gave it to you to share with others. So I'm grateful tonight that she had enough confidence to call other people together. Other people like Tracy Oliver, and ask Tracy Oliver. Clap for Tracy Oliver, who's here tonight. She can ask Tracy to do things, to act in certain ways, to empower people, to be leaders, and never worry that the day will come that people will forget about her. Because leadership has always been an action that we do from behind. I told you, unprepared notes. Those are not in my notes, but somebody tonight needs to understand that it's not about you. And that half of what we need you to do is going to take you to have confidence in yourself, in your own teaching, in your own pedagogy, in your own programs, in your own curriculum, in your own lesson plans. Yeah, somebody else might teach the lesson, but you were the one who created the lesson. Somebody else might be the division chair, but you're the one that's keeping the division together. Somebody's got to understand that you are the leader, but you may not be in front. Sometimes you got to lead from behind. So I said all that to say that tonight I was sitting here, and I've been sitting here, and I had a headache, and now I don't have a headache. Because I didn't plan to say that. I planned to say something I wrote on my paper. But the whole time I've been sitting here, you've been bothering me. You've been tugging on me, because somebody tonight, you don't know why you're here. I really don't know why I'm here. But now when I got up and got this mic in my hand, I realized something. Thank you, Pastor, for saying, give me the words to teach somebody tonight. Somebody in this room, you came to BER this year ready to give up. You came to BER this year tired. You came to BER this year worn out from a school district that does not celebrate black folk, from a school district led by superintendents that don't understand that black kids have tenacity and have resilience and have grit, and you're about to give up. But tonight you will not give up, because I came to tell you about a topic that I hope will restore your confidence, that will restore your energy, that will build you up so that you can get ready for this school year. Listen, somebody needs to know this. Your school is together today because of you. Your students are still there because of you. If you go, listen, I'm gonna forget y'all for a moment because I just heard myself. So this is my mirror. Your school needs you to be there. No, you can't leave to this year. This is not the year of giving up. This is the year of us answering the clarion call.